Professor Stephen Hawking and other scientists believe that to secure the future of the human species, we must colonize another planet.
To stay risks annihilation. It could be an asteroid hitting the Earth. It could be a new virus, climate change, nuclear war, artificial intelligence gone rogue. We can, and must, use our curiosity and intelligence to look to the stars. We must do it now before humanity is overtaken by some disaster that we can neither anticipate nor control.
To help our nation in this hour of need, it's up to 151 countries. So when we say our nation and the world, when you think of it, 151 countries. Somebody said to me today that wasn't in this particular world, they didn't know that we had that many countries. 151 countries, that's something. Somebody said to me today that wasn't in this particular world, they didn't know that we had that many countries. That wasn't in this particular world.
This detector is to show how energy became matter in experiments deep below the Earth. Science fiction has become reality.
This goes back to Goat Lab. This goes back to the Operation Paperclip. When these scientists were brought over, they brought a technology that that they were already learning under Mengele and the other scientists, and I believe again, dark powers guided them. What we don't hear on the secular side of it is the vast, development of the underground, the demonic side of this, and I believe a technology that they have come up with to in their version, their own words, to create the troops of Antichrist for the future.
Okay, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
For nearly 60 years, the government denied this place even existed. Sounds odd, but I'm going to call it the most famous secret base in the world, an epicenter of alien intrigue. Featured in Independence Day.
There's no Area 51. That's not entirely accurate.
Even Mulder and Scully visited one dark night.
Area 51.
Classified experiments involving extraterrestrial technology.
Now, for the first time, the US government has released CIA documents showing a map of the secret base in the Nevada desert with Area 51 not redacted. Dun, dun, dun.
So, this might be one step on the road to finding out really what has gone on there.
Yes, but I wouldn't expect that it's ever going to involve aliens.
Okay.
Area 51 has launched 1,000 conspiracy theories. Some people claim the Roswell aliens were brought here for reverse engineering. Others say the moon landing footage was actually shot here on a soundstage. And hundreds of people who saw spy planes flying unfeasibly high above the base called in UFO sightings. The newly declassified documents relate to that U-2 spy plane program, but I'm afraid no mention of UFOs.
We have these videotapes. We can actually calculate the velocity of these objects. We can calculate the G-forces on these ships. So that's the sea change. It used to be that if you were a UFO believer, the burden of proof was on you to prove that you saw something in the sky. Now it's shifted. Now the establishment has to prove that it isn't a visitor from another planet.
For UFO researchers, the recent videos finally provide clear evidence, not only of what the government has been hiding for decades,
My gosh.
but the potential reason for the cover-up.
The technology is the key. If any single factor explains UFO secrecy, it's the aspiration to acquire extraterrestrial technology. The nation that first acquires that technology is going to be in game-changing territory.
This is truly an arms race. Whoever figures this out first wins. So any developed nation is looking right now to leap ahead with a technological innovation based upon the reverse engineering of what we're seeing in the skies, what our pilots are engaging in the skies, what Commander Fravor chased.
You gave an interview the other day in which you said you've been briefed on unidentified flying objects. Are they real?
I'm not a believer, but we have had people saying that they've seen things into that particular world. You know, I guess anything's possible.
I actually want to ask about UFOs. Several media reports this week disclosed that... Sorry. It's UFOs.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I feel like I already want to pass on this question, given that you've got aliens sitting among you.
Moments ago, President Trump tweeted that White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders will be stepping down.
We're reading more and more reports of Navy pilots seeing lots and lots of UFOs. They do say, I mean, I've seen and I've read and I've heard, and I did have one very brief meeting on it, but people are saying they're seeing UFOs. Do I believe it? Not particularly. Rich people like to send up rocket ships, so between Bezos and Elon Musk and others, we're leasing them our launch facilities, which you can't get. There are no launch facilities like this. This is big stuff. So we're in Texas and Florida. We're leasing them our facilities so they can send up.
As time has gone on and these videos have come out that have shown these crafts and shown them with that Tic Tac craft that was off of San Diego that was blocking their tracking devices, and then went from 60,000 feet to 0 feet above sea level in less than a second. They have no idea what the fuck it is. They have no idea what it's doing. And the guys down there in San Diego who are in the military were saying, we're seeing them all the time. We see them every couple weeks. They don't know what they are. They think they're docking with something under the water sometimes.
The U.S. government has physical evidence of some sort of vehicle made not on this Earth. Is it what it sounds like?
Well, it sounds that way to me, Tucker. I just, I never want to speculate what the government truly has, but I would say there's stuff out there. I mean, the four of us that chased the Tic Tac in 2004 have attested to it multiple times that what we saw exceeded anything that we had in our inventory, far superior to the airplanes that we were flying in at the time they were brand new. So,
I mean, if there are super intelligent aliens out there, they're probably already observing us. Imagine you're very confident that we were going to be visited by super intelligent aliens in, let's say, 10 years or 20 years at the most. Super intelligent.
So you think within 20 years
we'll
have alien in Earth?
Well, digital superintelligence will be like an alien.
It will be like an alien.
Yeah. Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
Wherever they have the files about Area 51 and UFOs, and I go through everything to find out what happened. Right. Did you do that?
That's why you will not be president.
Because that's the first thing that you would do. The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
Because I believe that there is life beyond us. I've said it on the show. I believe in Area 51. I believe that Trump knows about Area 51. I think it has pictures of aliens. I think he would be very interested in that. And I think he knows about that. I really do. And I think it's real, and I'm willing to get on.
So last question. Before you leave office, will you let us know if there's aliens? Because I want to know what's going on. Would you ever open up Roswell and let us know what's really going on there?
So many people ask me that question. There are millions and millions of people that want to go there, that want to see it. I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting.
So you're saying you may declassify?
Oh.
You'll take it?
Well, I'll have to think about that one, right? As you know, China, Russia, perhaps others, started off a lot sooner than us. We should have started this a long time ago, but we've made up for it in spades. We have developed some of the most incredible weapons anyone's ever seen.
A fringe doctor who's spreading lies about the coronavirus.
I was very impressed by her. Know nothing about her. I had never seen her before, but certainly you could put her up and let her have a voice.
I came here to Washington, D.C. to tell America, nobody needs to get sick. This virus has a cure. It is called hydroxychloroquine, zinc, and Zitromax.
There was a woman who was spectacular in her statements about it, that she's had tremendous success with it.
President Trump once again saying he supports that controversial doctor. That doctor has said in the past that demons and witches have caused illnesses.
Even after learning she claims demons and witches cause illnesses.
One final way that's new and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape.
She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine.
I thought she was very impressive. I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her. I am announcing the creation of a new monument to the giants of our past. To the giants of our past. The giants of our past.
So we are dealing with a time in which the giants,
the legends of our history, the glories of our founding fathers, and the giants of the past, the heroes of today, who keep us safe, who keep us strong and proud, and who keep us free.
The history that the Illuminists, the globalists, the Satanists, those who control the history, they do not want any reference back to the God of the Old Testament, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. They don't want to even acknowledge he exists.
As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
And it's fair to assume that it's already been deciphered and they're going by the playbook. So the fallen angels obviously knew that their day would come again on the earth to be released.
But we have so many of our cabinet members here. I see my generals. Those generals are going to keep us so safe. They're going to have a lot of problems the other side. They're going to look at a couple of them. These are central casting. If I'm doing a movie, I pick you, General. You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
I don't know, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
The stormtrooper comments by the Speaker of the House, and we know that that is a direct reference to the paramilitary wing of the Nazi Party. Don't you think it encourages the violence that we're seeing and encourages the participation against the police?
I think that's possible, and I think it's irresponsible to call these federal law enforcement officers stormtroopers.